Hi, everyone. My name is Stacey Adelman, and I'm a registered psychologist and founder of Joshua Tree Learning Center here in Regina, Saskatchewan. And so for this week at Tuesdays at 12, I really wanted to talk about free play. Excuse me. And with summer on the way, I really just felt this is such an important message. It's important at all times of the year, but I feel like in summertime and summer holidays and extra free time, we're all planning our summers, and it can get really, really busy. There's a lot happening in our lives these days, and I guess I really wanted to talk about the benefits of free play for kids, for teens, and for adults too. What are the benefits of free play? And the reason this is so important is that I've noticed, maybe perhaps over the span of my career as a teacher at various different grade levels, and as young as pre-K and kindergarten, all the way up to adults. As a teacher, I've really kind of seen over the years, personally, just a decrease in play and free play. So I was one of the lucky ones. I grew up in the 80s with the idea of come in when the street lights come on, and lots of free, unstructured kind of play. And so I guess, perhaps that's something I'm kind of pulling on because those are really special memories for me as well. But I think we also are seeing it in the literature and in the research that is showing a gradual decline in free play, particularly for our kids. And why is that happening? And what are the ramifications or the consequences of that? And so I think over time, what's happened is there's more fear in the world, right? We've been exposed to things in our world, such as kidnappings and awful things that happen in this world that have made us fearful of letting our kids be unsupervised at all times. And as a mom of three, I can certainly attest to that I have felt that way as well. And yet, we know the benefits of play are extremely important. So, for example, we know that free play is and well-being. So we know that it's going to, give more kids more time outside. So being being outside, being in nature has a direct effect on their mental health and well being. The freedom to explore, developing that inner competency of having control over their environment is really, really important for decreasing levels of anxiety and sadness and depression. So it's very, very important that we give our kids time for unstructured play. We also know that free play helps develop some executive functioning skills, such as planning or self control, emotional self control, and which is very, very critical for social emotional development. We know that kids that engage in more free play activity, they spend more time with friends and they have more friends because they're learning the social skills and the social nuances that are required to be able to carry those skills into their adult lives. We just know that they tend to be happier. They tend to be more active. They're walking to school. Our teens perhaps are getting part time jobs, meeting new friends. All of these kinds of experiences are really, really important for our kids to develop a sense of self, a sense of self esteem, self confidence, and well being. So, I am a huge advocate of free play. Now, sometimes we get confused about, well, what does free play mean? And as a previous pre-K teacher and kindergarten teacher, grade one teacher, I've seen how we can think it's play, but we've kind of contrived a situation and we've set up stations, or, there's been a lot of adult involvement to create that time of free play. Is it technically free play? I don't always see it that way because we've kind of put our thumbprint on it as the adult, and therefore, is it really free? Whereas free play is really following the child. What are they naturally gravitating to, and how can we work with that? As adults, we really kind of want to control over that, but really, if you sit back and watch kids and what they're naturally gravitating towards, free play is really a fascinating thing to watch. um, their brains intrinsically know what they need to grow and develop. So if you just kind of step back and let it happen, it's really, really amazing. I will share with you, when I was a teacher, as a preschool teacher overseas, I lived over in Saudi Arabia for a year, and I had 15 students, and I had 12 different languages in my classroom, and none of them, spoke English except for a few. And so to watch free play with all of these children speaking different languages was absolutely fascinating, because the common language was play, and how they all got to know each other, how they all learned English together, and how they could all play together through the universal language of play was one of the most exciting things I've ever seen. It's really, really incredible when you just let kids be, let them naturally gravitate to what their interests are, and let their play direct that. We can learn so much about our kids when we just let them play. So something I think is, it's just so important, again, for their mental and emotional well-being as well. I talked a little bit about developing their sense of competence over the world around them. um, so I think it's really important that we recognize, free play is really important, from a societal perspective, that we have to recognize it, the safety and our concerns. And therefore, it's really critical as adults that we're directing our time and energy to creating safe places for kids to be free and engage in free play. So instead of us supervising kids all the time, let's create communities where they can be free and they can explore. Let's create lots of green spaces for them to visit, and lots of playground spaces for them to take part in. So we need to come together as parents and connect with each other and develop a sense of safety with one another, so we feel better coping with our own anxieties and our own fears about our kids' safety. And when we better manage our fears and our anxieties around it, what that does is creates more space for our kids to feel free and play freely without us interfering in that process. So that's just a little bit of my feelings about play. I'd like to see, as parents, and like I said, I'm guilty of this and I have to catch myself too, but we often hear coming out of our mouths phrases like "be careful" or "watch out for," or "Ooh, just be careful, look out for this," and we're warning our kids. And try to catch yourself, just kind of refrain from it, and rather let's teach our kids how to keep themselves safe, and how to navigate their environment freely, and give yourself the joy of just sitting back and watching and enjoying kids freely explore their environments. To me, it's just really, really a wonderful thing to give a child. So as we head into this summer, my wish for all of you is a lot of free play. That means not just for our little guys, but for our teenagers and for adults. Make sure you're getting outside and having time to play, to create, to laugh, to have some fun. Enjoy things that are not structure. Let the day unfold in front of you. Follow your kids' lead and let them take you places and be a part of their world. Enjoy the mud, get dirty, get wet, enjoy the sand, explore the forests, explore the bus systems, or go downtown. Um, just learn your environment and just play and have a lot of fun. Adults, make sure you're taking time for fun for yourself. We need that as parents, and it's going to help us regulate our emotions and stay emotionally healthy for our kids. And so, in the spirit of free play and self-care and taking care of ourselves, um, I believe we are going to sign off here at Joshua Tree on Tuesdays at 12 until September. We're going to take some time this summer to make sure we make time to play and enjoy ourselves and enjoy our families so that we can be energized and healthy and ready to serve you with bounds of energy and enthusiasm and health, and we can meet you again in the fall. So enjoy your summer, everyone. I am so excited about mine. I've got some new experiences I'm super excited about this summer, and enjoy your beautiful families and enjoy your time and the gorgeous weather, and have a wonderful summer, everyone. Take care.